In today's tip, we're going to talk about customer reminders for their appointments, as well as the templates that are sent out during those reminders. So, like any service-based business, whenever you're booking jobs in, it's important for customers to get reminders of their appointment so that they know the appointment is coming up and they know to show up for their appointment, or if you're doing mobile appointments, they know to be home or at the location where the mobile appointment is to take place. So when you're booking appointments, you have all the details that you need to see, and the customer really just needs to know when the appointment is and that the service booked is correct, for example. So when you book a new job, the customer is going to get an email, and then they will also receive follow-up emails. In this case, this is a reminder email. Your appointment is coming up. That's the subject line that the customer receives here. And then it tells them some details about their appointment, like your appointment for brake dust removal is coming up on October 23rd at 1 p.m. The appointment will be approximately 1 hour. Click here to confirm or cancel your appointment. It's a good idea to show up 10 minutes before, yada, yada, yada. So there's a bunch of information in there that's pertinent to this particular business. So customers receive notifications 3 hours before their appointment, as well as 24 hours before their appointment. That way, there's no chance of them missing their appointment. And if they can't, have to miss it for some reason, they can at least contact you to reschedule or, cancel the appointment if need be. Now, that goes over how the frequency of the reminders, as well as when they're sent out. They're sent out as soon as you make an appointment. They get a confirmation that it's been booked, but then they also get 24-hour reminder and 3-hour reminder of the appointment. Now, the message that's sent, this text here, is all based in a template. You can find those templates under Admin, Settings and Options. Under there, you're going to scroll down to the Mail tab and open that up, and then you'll see a series of email and SMS text message templates, and they're labeled as such: no-show notices, completed job, new booking, updated booking, and booking reminders. So the example that we showed you here was the booking reminder. So we can open that up and you'll see a bunch of options that you can change and tweak. They're labeled as such so that you can figure things out pretty easily. So working with just booking reminders, for example, because all of them follow the same type of format where you have boxes and then you have these things here, variables. These variables can be put into the template. So for example, contact can be put in here. So hi, and then contact replaces that variable with the data that's in the database for that customer. So in this case, we'll go back here. It says, hello, Sean Gervais. So that's because the customer name is, the contact is Sean Gervais. So if we put in contact anywhere in here, it's going to replace that with the contact data that we've saved for that customer profile. Similarly with things like service, event time, event date, the duration of the appointment. So your appointment will be approximately, and then variable for duration, because that's set when you're creating the appointment. So that's how the variables work, and you have tons of them at your disposal: contact, quantity, service, duration, service address, event details, as well as confirm and cancel link, business name, so on and so forth. There's a ton of information here, and depending on how you have your configuration set up in the database, some of these things may or may not be available to you, such as like Google Map link. If you haven't entered your address, that variable will not work because you don't have any data saved for that. So how it works for each reminder is, so here for example, at your location services, this would be an appointment at your business, for example, the booking reminder email subject. So in this case, your appointment's coming up. These are all filled out by default for you, and you can change them as you would like. Booking reminder email content, this is where the content gets placed, and that was the content of the email we showed you. Similarly, you have a separate one for text message, because maybe you want to make it more short and sweet, for example, in a text message. So that's the booking reminder SMS text. Now the next section is for mobile services. So you can have a different message for mobile. In this case, see, it's a lot shorter email, and this is if the appointment is a mobile appointment. So you can separate based on if they're SMS text or if they're email, as well as if they're mobile or if it's at your location services. Then as you're booking appointments, depending on the options you choose, that will change. And you have the same type of templates for things like no-show notices, things like completed job, like what happens when the job is done. You could put a thank you here, things like that. Lots of options, and this is how you customize those templates. They are automated, so the system handles all of that part for you. You don't have to worry about keeping in touch with the customer whenever these events happen. If you mark a job completed, the completed notice gets sent out, If you make a new booking, the new booking notice gets sent out. This is a good place to take advantage of the different settings and variables you have available.